Good morning. Good morning, Matthew. Y'all come on in. Got my bacon. Thank you for hitting that like button. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like when y'all come in. Good morning. How you feeling this morning, Matthew? Hope you have an amazing Wednesday. What's the Wednesday topic? You didn't read the topic. This is a good one. I'm getting everybody a chance to get in here. It's Wednesday. You went out and came back in. This is about Keione. August. Good morning, Lisa. Y'all already know I gotta eat my bacon. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like when y'all come in. Support me. Keep me in the algorithm. Make sure y'all hit that like. You might have to go out and come back in and do it. But make sure when you leave the channel, hit the like button. How you doing this morning, Lisa? And Miss Whiten, how y'all doing? Look, I need these nails did over. I need a fill. I'm due for a fill. So I need to go get them done. They grow so fast. My nails be growing so fast. I love bright colors. So I'm not sure if you all heard. Make sure y'all support by hitting that like. If you would like to support with super chat, super stickers, you can definitely do that as well. I love cheerful givers. You're not forced to give. I'm not that one that's going to do that. But I do love cheerful givers to be a blessing to the content. That's if you're able. But if not, monetarily, make sure y'all hit that like button and tap that screen for me. So that'll mean a lot to me if you're able to do that, to tap the screen. But I'm giving everybody a chance to get themselves in here. But this hot topic is gonna be about Keione, a young lady from out of Tennessee. I think she was 43 years old. She was married, and she apparently, allegedly, her husband has a mistress. It's just something about these mysteries. Her husband had a mistress. Keione took it to her upon herself to go to the other woman's house. I guess to confront the husband. I've seen a lot of different stories or whatever the case may be. But she went to the house. So that's kind of some of the backstory of it. But I'm trying to give everybody a little chance to get in here before we get into it. So, but I will ask the question. Me personally, well, I ain't gonna say, because I'm gonna tell y'all, because we transparent here. I'm gonna tell y'all about a situation. So I'm not gonna say that I won't go to nobody's house, because I know better not to go to anybody's house, because you don't go to nobody's house. But I had a situation which I shouldn't have, but thank God, it probably could have turned bad, but it did. So I'm grateful for that. But my husband, who I'm married with now, before I was married to him, we was all in a little, situation. Wealthy Wednesday. Oh, girl, you just confirmed that. I had went and got some Chinese food. It wasn't all that good, but I opened up the little fortune cookie, and it said, it was yesterday, but it said tomorrow will bring, which will be Wednesday, will bring financial blessings. I was like, okay, I can take that. So financial blessings to everyone, blessings to all. But like I said, when you young, it's like you don't have those, you don't fear nothing. You get what I'm saying? You don't fear nothing. But the only reason why I went to this female house, because she came to mine. And in my mind, it's like, even swap no swindle, But when I went to her house, it was only on that note of, hey, I'm not beefing with you. It ain't even that serious about no ninja. A man gonna be a man. He gonna do what he gonna do. But when she came to my house, she was asking me about, was me and him talking, XYZ, all that right there, yabba dabba do. That's what it be. It be yabba dabba do. And then I went to her house. But when I went to her house, she pulled a pew pew on me. Well, she didn't pull it on me. She didn't draw it on me. It was like when she came, she went to the door and she came back, and she had a pew pew in her hand. So I looked at her and I was like, are you serious right now? So you really pulling a pew pew on me? I said, you came to my house, but did I pull any weapons or anything on you? But yeah, so that was one incident that I went to this female house, but she went to mine. Because my thing is, you ain't gonna tell that story that you came to mine. You know how to feel about, oh girl, and I went to her house and I this and I that, and all Boosie bad. No Boosie niece. And that was just me. I was just that kind. I don't, whatever it is. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, that was the only time a situation like that happened to me, with another female pulling up pew pew. But my thing is, it's like, you came to my house, like, so why I can't come to yours? Where we do that at? But that's my little story. But I don't advise anyone, any man, any woman, to go to anyone's house, especially when you don't know the mindset of a person. But in this case, Keione, y'all can look her up. Keione with the K-E. I think it's Keione or N-A. Not for sure. You just got to spell it. But you may see it coming through your newsfeed. Her name was Keione Wilson. She was 43. She was from Tennessee. So allegedly her husband was had a mistress and he was cheating. Keione found out about it. I don't know how she found the other woman's house. I don't know how she found out where the other woman lived. But in one write up I seen, it said that Keione, she must have had keys to the vehicle or whatever. So Keione knocked on the door, and I guess Keione was there to confront her husband about being there with the other woman. And it was said by Mr. Wilson that ammunition came through the door, like somebody let off a round from the inside of the house, but she wasn't struck by that, that bullet. So some type of way, I don't know. Keione was trying to, allegedly, they said Keione was trying to get in the house to get at the husband. I don't know. She was trying to get at her husband, get at the woman to confront the situation. But an altercation broke out. But during the altercation, Keione was struck in the stomach by pew pew by an individual. So I think it was the other woman, but there has not been no arrest. But you do not go to nobody's house to confront. And that's what we talking about. At the end of the day, a man gonna be a man, a woman gonna be a woman. But you don't put yourself in a situation that it will cause you to lose your life. And even though in my case, it was crazy, I shouldn't have went. I did go at nighttime. So, you don't go to nobody's house at nighttime. Me with my crazy tail self, I did go to the chick house at nighttime. She came to my house in the daytime. And I felt like I could go to her house too. So, like I said, was it right? No, it wasn't. But in my mind, I know the type of chick that she was. And she would be that one to say, oh, girl, I went to her house. And I went to her house. You got some of them females be trying to act like they be on that type of time and they be about that life until you do it to them. But I had to let Miss Thing know, you don't come to my house and don't think I come to yours. But like I said, I don't promote that. You don't go to nobody's house. Would I do that again? No, I will not. I won't go to nobody's house. I won't do that. That's not the right thing to do. I'm older now. I'm more mature now. But back in my days, I just didn't care. But Keione, unfortunately, Keione was able to get in the vehicle, and she drove herself to a precinct. And I guess she was able to let them know that it was an altercation, whatever, XYZ, what happened. She got, one to the stomach, but she succumbed her injuries when she got to the hospital. Unfortunately, Keione did not live. She was unalive. They stated that, so this story now is unfolding because it happened like a few days ago. But like I said, I don't know what state of mind Keione was in. She probably was in love and in a rage and just want to confront, but it cost her life. And no man, no woman is worth your life. And we pretty much seen it with this saga where we see this male content creator. I'm not gonna say his name, we all know. Male content creator, we remember, I don't know if y'all remember when he went to the house, but he went to go get his daughter. But there were threats made. There were others affiliated with him was stating that they feared for their lives, and everybody was like, you need to go to yourself, because through that saga, we all thought that she would try to unalive him or have him unalive. So when you dealing with people like that and you don't know the mindset of the person, and then my thing is for the husband to sit there and watch another woman, unalive his wife, his mistress unalive his wife. So I don't know, like we say, people can say things about people. So what was he saying about Keione to make this other woman, she live in Tennessee, but I know in Florida it's a stand your ground law. But it's sad that she had to lose her life. Hi Tammy, good morning. Good morning, Toya. You good? So our hot topic this morning is about Keione, a young lady who lost her life through DV. So another report person that was reported, they called it. They said that it was DV. Hey, Zakira, I think I said it right. So what do y'all think about that? But I just want to encourage any ladies, any gentlemen. You may love a person, however the case may be, your feelings. Don't go to nobody's house. Yes, I'm good. On my way to work. That's a no-no. Never go to anybody's house because you don't know that person's state of mind, and now people they're gonna stand their ground. Let's just say that. Hey, boss. Hey, Nina. People gonna definitely stand their ground. But it's a sad case that a young lady had to lose her life. So this actually just happened on the 25th, and it's not worth it. Y'all, I love baking so much. I get 2 of these things, and I really be trying to keep one for later. But it never happened. I just can't eat one of them. By the time I get to work, I be done. Because I love baking. Good morning, Daily Life. Yes, I'm good, everyone. I had a supporter that comes through here. Her supporter name is, I think it's God's life or God good D or something like that. Can you all send up some prayers for her? She just fell on my heart this morning. A few lives, she came on my live here, and she put in the chat, and it was about uplifting and encouraging someone. But she was stating that her mother was in ICU. And Dee was like 33 years old. She was a young lady that comes in these chats every now and then. But she really fell on my heart, and I knew her mom was sick. Her mother was in ICU, so I haven't seen her in here in a few days. But I just thought about her. She really fell on my heart because she did let us know that. So if you all can, and if you don't mind, can y'all just put some prayer hands in the chat, so just in case if she come through and she hit replay, she know that that will help her. It will give her strength to know that people do care, and they care about what she cares about, because it is her mom. So if you all don't mind, can y'all just, a few of you can drop some prayer hands in the chat for me, for Keione too, but for she's a supporter that comes in her. Her name is God's Child D. And we also want to we want to put prayer hands for that family too. But yeah, God's Child, she fell on my heart, and I know I'm talking about Keione, and prayers definitely go out to her family, because no one wants to bury their child. No one wants to be at a funeral. I just had a situation where we just buried my little cousin. She was 30 years old. It was medical, but it was sudden. You get what I'm saying? So nobody want to see a parent burying their child, especially early. At 30 is young, 40 is young, any age is young, but yeah, tragedy is nothing that, because I've experienced that. I know what it feels like to lose a loved one. I lost my son, at the hands of someone else, and it was unexpected. So being that the type of child, that young man, I'm not going to say child because he was a young man, the type of young man that my son was, I never would have expected that somebody would have, taken his life. It's one thing if my son, it's one thing if he had done something to someone, or he put himself in a situation that, you reap what you sow type of thing. But in this case, it wasn't that. My son was an innocent young man, and he didn't deserve that. But like I said, death is unexpected and nobody deserved that. But we're none of us are excluded. No one is excluded from losing a loved one, no matter how it come. You're not excluded, but you got to know God for himself. And like I said, it definitely is a sad situation. This young lady lost her life. She was married. And my thing is, if the man didn't want her, he should have just been honest. We living in a society where people, you have men and women that want their cake and eat it too. And we was talking about that. We live in a society now. If you don't want a person and telling a person, oh, look, I don't want you, love don't live here anymore, that's fine. It's going to hurt. Because you don't want to hear that, especially when you don't put your time into someone doing different things. You don't want to hear that person say, hey, I'm feeling this type of way. I thought I loved you, but I'm realizing I'm not in love with you anymore. Okay, the person going to go through their emotions. They're going to go through the go-throughs. But give that individual the opportunity to, go through their feelings and go through their emotions or whatever the case may be. They might not want to hear it. But a person shouldn't have to catch you cheating. So here he is in another situation. A man caught cheating, caught at his mistress' house, and yet she got on the line. Sabrina, can you put the disclaimer in here for me? Thank you, Ablofs. Indonesia is watching. Thank you, Indonesia, for being here, being a supporter of my channel. Thank you, Sabrina. I have 12 people in the chat. Can you all make sure y'all hit that like to keep me in the algorithm, at least support my channel. If you're not able to support with monetaries, that's fine, that's okay. But I need you all to tap the screen to support me that way, to keep me in the algorithm. Tap the screen and make sure you hit that like. So I have 8 people. Thank you, Sabrina. Let me read the disclaimer. Section 107 of Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is used permanent by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. I love bacon. So what y'all think about it? Y'all make sure y'all engage. I need you all to engage in the comments. Make sure you're engaged. Your opinion definitely is safe here and needed here, because I need you all to engage if you're able to. The young lady name is Sabrina. If you want to look it up, Keione Wilson. She was 43 from Tennessee. She lived it in Tennessee, and she went to I guess she caught her husband cheating, and she went to the mistress' house, the girlfriend, whatever she is, and she got what she didn't expire there, but she drove herself, and it was said in one of the stories that evidently she had keys to her husband's car. So wherever the car was parked, they said she moved the car from wherever it was at. She had access to his car. She moved the car. After she moved his car, she went and knocked on the door to confront him. I guess after she found him, I guess the car was allegedly parked behind wherever they lived it at. She found the car. She moved the car, brought the car, drove the car up. But it's still an ongoing investigation. No charges has been, nobody have been charged yet. But they said she moved the car. She went up to the door. I guess she rung the doorbell, the Ring camera. That's how they seen her outside. There was a fire fired off from inside the house through the door of the camera, but that's not the one that struck her. Good morning, Ariane. Doing not found. She went out her way in that beef. I saw the lives. They was found back and forth. Oh wait, I remember that. And the lady on the live for her. Yeah. So like I said, it's like if you know you're in a relationship and you know for a fact, and you have the receipts, and you know that and you know that ninja cheating, or you know that ninja cheating, we're gonna call us ninjas. If you know that ninja cheating, or you got a clue of that ninja cheating, it's not worth it. They're not worth you going to jail, and definitely not worth you losing your life. That definitely not worth it. So you just got to find ways. And yes, it's gonna hurt, because when you put your time into a person, if it feel like you've been betrayed, it's a slap in the face. You just don't put too much time, but it's not worth doing time, and it's definitely not losing your life for it. It's definitely not. So my heart goes out to this young lady. Don't know the full details, don't know the full situation, but I just wanted to tell y'all that's one of the hot topics. So y'all can go look into it. Y'all can read up on it, and y'all could get more on it. So I'm definitely trying to keep up with that story too. These are just random hot topics. Random hot topics. So, I got a crook in my neck, y'all. I put the little thing on my neck. It's so like it need to just. I need my neck. It's stiff. Y'all come on in here. Some of you all may be at work, so I understand that. So I know y'all probably just listening at me, run my mouth. We got like 15 minutes here. Y'all got like 15 minutes. It's jean day today. I have on some jeans. My principal, he cooler than a fan, so we able to wear jeans on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Friday. I wish we could wear jeans every day. Hey, lovely one. Good morning. You at work? Oh, okay. Have an amazing day. N1GX. I didn't know you never left. This your first time coming in, seeing you back. But like I said, if you all would like to be a support of this live, if you would like to be a support, you can. I will. Thank you, lovely one. They be coming on here playing. They ain't got time to be playing with nobody. So how y'all doing? So have any of you heard of that story? Thank you all for supporting me. Thank you for tapping that screen, hitting that like button. Yeah, I have Cash App. Thank you, Toya. It's lovely, Lovely. Somebody can write it in the chat for me. If anybody able to write it in the chat, it's $ lovely, Lovely, G1. And you'll see Lolo. When you see it, you'll see a picture of my son, but it'll say Lolo. My favorite coffee. Oh, okay. I, look, I need to put some stocks and bonds into Dunkin' Donuts. As much as I go there every morning, I'm probably spending $10 a day there. I if I buy just the coffee, it's like $3, but if I get the snack and bake, it's between $6 and almost $10. Thank you, appreciate you. Thank you for your support. I did have buy me a coffee, but because my account was inactive, and that's, I guess that app, you have to be very active. Like, people have to really be consistent with sending funds there, and if not, they will disconnect your they will disconnect your account. So that's what happened. They sent me an email, hey, this account is not that active, and whatever remaining balance you have on it, they'll send it to you. That's what they did, because it wasn't a active to buy me a coffee. It wasn't like consistent with, being, supporting of it. So I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. I buy me coffee every day, so it wasn't no big deal. So, but I think I was looking at that Keione, and it kind of reminded me when we was talking about Pebbles and her husband, Mr. and Mrs. Ward, in their marriage, and how those red flags was there. And my thing is, did Keione see any red flags, or did she ignore the flags? And did she feel that confronting him, like, I'm gonna catch him, like sometimes we want to catch them, oh, when I catch him, I'm gonna catch him, you get what I'm saying? So I feel like even if she was able to move the vehicle, like what I would have done, like how I used to do back in my days, you know we all don't have them cheating boyfriends. We all don't have some cheating boyfriends. I don't have cheating boyfriends, but I always have the keys to the cars. So I know my situation. If I catch him cheating, I'm gonna take the whole vehicle. I'm gonna catch a ride, cause that's how I did my first husband. Caught you cheating. You don't be where what up to no good. You want to cheat, baby? I take the whole car. Leave that boy alone. Yeah, that's what I do. Take the whole car. If you been in a long term relationship, you need some keys to that ninja car, whatever he got. Cause when you catch him, you ain't got to go confront it. You ain't got to knock on no door. Just move the vehicle and go park it. And be like, cause he got to come with that vehicle. They don't want nobody touching them cars and them trucks and all that. I'm giving you some game. Go get some keys to that car, that truck, okay? And if you got a friend that know a friend that know a friend, and you catch that truck or that car where it don't supposed to be, just move the whole vehicle. We ain't got to knock on no doors. We ain't got to confront. We'll handle you when you get home, brother man. Good morning, Ramona. Yeah, that's how we gonna do it. That's how I did. Pull the whole car at the parking lot, wherever the car at. If I catch you, it's a wrap, bro. And I be sitting on the trunk, clicking my fingers, and you trying to figure out when you get here, because I know you want your car. And I'm be right there with the door wide open. Like they say, bust it wide open, bust it wide open. Yeah, the door, we gonna be right there, sitting right at the door waiting. But we ain't knocking on nobody's doors. We ain't doing that. Because I was that close. When that girl came to my house about a ninja, I was that close. because I was contemplating what I'm going to do to her, because I can't believe this hussy bussy just came to my house and knocked on my door. But no, I ain't do that. I went to her house and knocked on her door, and she almost had a hissy. How? Why people do that? Why some females, they can do things to you, but if you return the favor back, it's like they like lose their mind. I don't get it. But we not promoting knocking on nobody's doors. But what I will promote, getting a set of keys to that ninja car or to his truck. Try me. And you gonna see what it gonna be. Pretty much. But yep, that was the hot topic. Keione Wilson, unfortunately, a young lady, lost her life over a husband that decided he wanted to cheat, when he could have been a man about it and just say, you know, baby, this ain't working. Love don't live here no more. And she probably would have felt some type of way. But it definitely didn't. It wasn't, now you gone, she's gone. She was unalived by the mistress. She's gone. And now he's with the other woman. No. We ain't doing that one. Ain't that something? You go to somebody's house and you lose your life, but the woman is still with the man. And now they going to live happily ever after? Oh, no. So that mean, do he get the... So how we know? How we know the other woman did? How we know he didn't do it? I ain't think about that. That's something to think about, right? That's something to think about. Who pulled the trigger? Who pulled the pew-pew? Who pulled it? He shouldn't be able to get he shouldn't be able to, if they had any type of insurance and all that, he shouldn't be able to have access to any of that. Not if he got another woman. I don't think he should be, even if he was on her insurance, her policy, he shouldn't be able to get none of that money. And I hope she had kids, that her kids can get money. But not for him to get no money and go and live off the money off him, with him and his mistress. I ain't think of that one. But I sure would like to know who pulled the trigger. Who was the trigger man or the trigger woman? Because even if the weapon was fired through the door, why did the door even open? Do you all think it was premeditated after? If the door is already closed, you fire off a pew-pew through the door, but then somebody opened the door. Do you think it was premeditated after the door was open? Or they could have said, even though she was wrong for coming to the house, did they have to open the door, or could someone have called 911 and say it was a disturbance and we got a disturbance and Keione could have got arrested? So what y'all think about that? I'm just trying to rational through this. I don't think the door had to open, but in the heat of a moment, in a situation like that, you know, somebody come to your house, the first thing you're going to be like, okay, ain't nobody going to come to my house and disrespect me, you know. So I understand that part too. But I feel like even after the first round was fired off through the door, I feel like the police should have been called. Should they have opened the door? I don't think they should have opened the door. I think the door should have been closed. Do y'all think it's premeditated after the door? Is it premeditated? Did the door have to open for her to actually get one in her stomach? Because it was said that it was only when the altercation happened, that's when she got one to the stomach. And she actually drove herself to a precinct, a police precinct. So I don't know who was the trigger man or trigger woman. But now my question is, do you think, what do y'all think? If you still in the chat, I got 19 here in the chat. Do you think that individual should have came outside? Because at that point, once the door opened, is it premeditated at that time? Even though you standing your ground at your own house? I don't know, y'all. Wasn't no arrest made, but we'll see how this play out. I had 19 total in the chat, and everybody supported me. Everybody hit that like button. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much. I thank you all for just being, supporters of me. I don't need a lot. I don't need a whole lot of people, but those of you that do come in and support me, and I see you every morning, I see your name here. I appreciate y'all so much. And I know some of you have to work. You have to be at work like myself. But I appreciate you all taking out your time, coming in the chat, just even supporting me, keeping me in the algorithm. So I do appreciate you all so much, and thank you all so much. And if you're not following me on Facebook, make sure y'all go follow me on Facebook, Latrice Gigi Lolo Sly. So just type in Latrice Gigi Lolo, and that's my Facebook channel. And my Lolo Gigi is my TikTok channel. So make sure y'all, if you're not supporting those, that's if you have those other channels, because my TikTok, y'all, I be showing out over there. My videos be so funny. Everybody be talking about how funny my videos be. I'm always showing out. I be having fun, y'all. That's all it is. I be having fun. But yep, that was the hot topic for this morning, Keione. So make sure we keep those prayers lifted up for Keione and her family. Is it justice? This is a hard one. It's really hard. So I'm not gonna speak on that right there, right now. Were there other options that could have happened? Yes, but when you're in the heat of the moment, you could never say what you will and what you won't do. So you can never say, oh, I would have did it like this, or I would have did it like that. So you could never say what you would or wouldn't do if you're not in that situation. So we don't know what we would have done. But I kind of gave y'all a little backstory of my situation or what I done, because I was kind of put in a similar situation. When a female came to my house and I went to hers, and she pulled the pew pew on me. So thank God I'm still here. I guess that was supposed to be a way of her to scare me or whatever. But I was like, oh, really? To me, it was like she was a joke to me. But really, who does that? You go to somebody's house and not come to their house, but when they come to your house, you pull a pew pew. Really? Who does that? I guess she do. She done it. But thank God, like I said, that was another hot topic that I seen. So I just want to bring it to you all's attention. So I'm not sure if you all know about this story. So there are other stories out there. So we'll just be talking, bringing hot topics up to give you all things that y'all can go look at on your own leisure time. But like I said, thank everyone, and I appreciate you all. It's Wealthy Wednesday. So wealth is not just money. Wealth can be your happiness. Wealth can be your peace. Wealth can be whatever you want to make it, okay? You just good, that's wealth. Good morning, Hattie. So understand that wealth is not just monetary things. It's just not money. It's just showing up. You showing up for others, or others showing up for you, or someone pouring into you, positive affirmations and things like that'll keep you going. You know what keeps you going. So I got 10 minutes left, but I can't wait 10 minutes because I got to walk all the way to the back. So let me get off of here. I enjoyed you all. Some of you have to go back and hit that replay button because I got to get out of here. I got to go clock in, get on the clock. But I will see everyone Thursday. Thankful Thursday, if it's God's willing. And like I said, another supporter that comes in here. Her name is God's Child D. I think that's her name. But she fell in my spirit this morning. She fell on my heart. And for those of you Make sure you send a prayer for her because her mother was in ICU. I'm gonna try to. If any of you know how to find God's child D, if y'all know how to find her, can y'all like tag it? Or I'm gonna write a post probably on my post to see when she come there. You know, to let her know that we're checking in on her, that we do care. So we know she's dealing with. She's a young lady. She's 33. So you know, seeing her mother on ICU, nobody, you know, young like that, a young lady as herself, you know, seeing her mom suffer like that. So I just want D to know, D, if you come, God's child D, if you come in here, we love you. We will support you. I was thinking about you. We sending prayers up to you and your mom. So I just want you to know your thoughts. Nothing about nothing what you share is unknown, and you fell in my heart. So we haven't heard nothing, and I'll pray and hope that everything is all well with you and all well with your mom. And we love you, and you stay blessed, sweetie. So let us know if you need anything, if you need anybody, just let us know. Don't be afraid to ask, because everybody needs somebody. And I know this internet can be mean sometimes, but you're safe here. I promise you that. You're safe. You can reach out to me. You need somebody to talk to. You going through something, you can reach out to me. We don't know. We're not asking no questions, but if you feel free to let us know, you know, to do a follow up on everything. Reach out to us and let us know all is well with you, and we're checking in on it, and we love you. All right, y'all. I love everybody, and I'll see you all tomorrow. And y'all make sure y'all hit those notifications, okay? And we'll see what the next hot topic. We may continue to keep talking about Keione. We was talking about Pebbles Ward. We was talking about her with the cheating husband. When I seen that by Keione, I was like, well, let me, you know, we probably can entwine both stories. And like we said, even with Pebble's story, it's a lot of red flags there. And that's what we don't want to happen. We don't want that to happen. We don't want nobody getting hurt. We don't want Pebbles getting hurt. We don't want the husband that she's dealing with, the no good husband. We don't want him getting hurt, and we don't want nobody going to jail. But these are the outcome of when another party is cheating and somebody catch that party cheating. So we don't want that to happen. What's going on with Keona's story? We don't want that. We don't want to be having that same story with Pebble's story. We don't want that. So these are the things that can lead up to that when it's cheating. And if you don't love somebody and you love ain't there no more, let it be known. If you can rectify your relationship and it's arguing and fussing, and it comes to DV and all that, you arguing and fighting, life goes on. You can find somebody else to be with. Life goes on. It's not you going to jail or prison for the rest of your life. And it's definitely not you being in the graveyard with a headstone forever, for eternity. It's not worth it. So we out of here. So y'all go do it. Y'all go follow that story as well. Keione Wilson. She was 43 from Tennessee. So y'all go follow that. That's another hot topic. Y'all go follow that story.